Mari methi chicken, tava prawns, chili paneer.
I'm proud of you though, right?
Thank you.
Huh? Already judging food competitions out here.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, it was an honor actually. when
Those
they
are the
asked me.
friends I need. What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Escapades podcast. And today I have a very lovely friend of mine and special guest of
Very
the show, of
special
course.
guest.
Very special, of course. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi guys, my name is Ekta Patel. I'm a food blogger, vlogger, PR and marketing executive during the day, and I love all things food. Plus, John's a really great friend of mine, so make sure you subscribe to the Escapades podcast.
Ooh.
Follow him on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
He has great content,
Mm-hmm.
and let's do this.
Hey, thanks for coming through, Hector.
You're welcome.
So, the Escapades podcast is all about just conversations that we can have as, friends.
Yeah.
But now we get to air them to the public, share our stories, our journey, and all that.
Absolutely.
But the podcast evolves around the 4 pillars of life.
Okay.
Do you know about the 4 pillars of life?
I think you're about to tell me.
No, I've asked you.
No,
I'm not
I
telling
think you
you.
should just tell me. You can't just put me on the spot. The 4 pillars
so
of life.
So like when
could-
you're living,
could
like you
vary
don't
to
even have
people.
guidelines
They
to your
could-
life?
That's what I'm saying. It could
Oh,
be
wow.
different for different people.
Yeah.
Your pillars are not necessarily my pillars.
They are everyone's pillars.
I
Trust
don't
me.
know.
Do I tell you?
It depends.
Health.
Okay.
That's not a pillar. That's not your concern.
It's a concern.
Okay, wealth, how you work, make money, pay rent, and
Uh,
everything, pay your bills.
Okay. What else?
Okay, not everybody has a rich boyfriend, first of all.
Firstly, who said I have a rich boyfriend? Look at you
Okay,
making
wait.
things up.
Okay, the next one.
Not
next-
a kept woman. Hashtag. Okay.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Perfect.
And then the next one is love.
Love. of
Who
course.
doesn't need love?
I agree. Everybody needs love.
Thank you.
Love makes the world go round.
Thanks. Thank you so much. So, and then lastly, just happiness. It can be mental well-being, just the things that you surround ourselves with
Yeah.
that make us happy. So you see, all the guidelines are the same for everyone.
This is really good.
It's good.
hmm
That's the cheer fire,
The cheer firecracker. Very nice.
the go-getter.
It's good?
Amazing.
Yeah.
Has peanut butter, all that stuff.
Nice.
So yeah, you see all those things. Everybody always has like a different, like just story
Yeah.
when you mention it. But everybody has like that. Those are the 4 that, like, if you just think about it,
Uh-huh.
those are the things that you wake up in the morning and actually go and pursue.
That's true.
Yeah, you see.
That is true. But you see, when you say something like wealth,
Yeah.
in my case,
Mhm.
I'm not really chasing money. It's more, the money will come. I feel like if you do the right things, the money will come. You have to do it for the right reasons. You can't just be chasing money. You have to want to work with other people.
And that's very
Be a,
important.
be a better person. Use your creativity. Fulfill your 24 hours in a day
Yeah.
to where you feel like you've accomplished something, not just money. Because money can come, money can go.
And
But
everybody can
what
make
about-
money,
Yeah,
though.
everyone can make money. What about respect? What about treating other people right? What about putting your best foot forward? So doing something you love as opposed to being stuck in a dead-end job or something like that. There's a lot to that. So it's not just wake up in the morning, go make money. You're never going to be happy that way. And like you said, love and happiness, very important too. You can't love somebody if you're not happy. You can't be happy if you're not happy.
Or even if you don't love yourself.
Yeah, if you self-love, very, very important, guys.
Okay, so since we have the 4 pillars,
Yeah.
we just touched on them a bit, and we're sort of like on the same page right now.
Wavelength,
Because,
yes.
we all like just pursue them in different ways, but they're there.
Yes,
We can't just say that they don't exist.
for sure.
So let's start with a bit of what you do for a living,
Okay.
so that people understand. Like you've said, you're not a kept woman.
No.
You go out there, you grind,
Yeah,
you pay your bills, right?
for sure.
You pay for your food when you go out,
I pay for everything on my own.
and that's important, so that when the people see this video, they see like you're not like entitled to
It's not even about being entitled. It's about you don't want anyone holding it over your head. There's nobody that can come and say to me that I gave this to you. It's all mine.
Nobody?
I worked for it. No, nobody. Maybe my parents, because
Oh,
Asian parents,
of course, yeah.
we educated you and all of that. I'm very grateful.
But no man
once that
can
was
do that?
done, there's no man that can come and say I bought you this. No, why
Really?
are you buying me something?
Really?
I
A
can
necklace,
buy
a
it myself.
watch,
Why?
a car?
If it's a gift, no. Firstly,
You're
no.
like, no.
No.
You don't want somebody who's gonna buy you a car?
No.
You'll reject somebody.
No. I don't want your car. I don't want your necklace. I don't want your watch. I want you to respect me.
Ooh.
You know what it is? It's the little things, John.
Yeah. I see.
It's the little things. It's the thoughtfulness.
Yeah.
Like, for example, I was talking to my boyfriend the other day, and he was like, "You've had a really long day, so maybe I can drive you to work tomorrow morning. That way, you can get extra sleep in the car on the way to work."
Wow.
Those are the things that matter.
Just the slightest
not
and
the
most
money.
very simple.
Or the watch. The watch will break. The money, you might not have it tomorrow. But if the person you're with, it doesn't matter who it is, your friends, your family, your partner, if they care about you, then you're winning in life. It is what it is.
If it's a Rolex doesn't, spoil that easily.
I'm not materialistic.
A nice Rollie.
I've never
No?
been materialistic. I wasn't raised to be materialistic. My mom,
I hope other
I always
women
think
hear
about my
this.
mom when it comes to things like this and the things she instilled in me
In you.
while I was
And
growing
it's so,
up.
I think background also really matters. Just how your parents raise you is also very important.
Yeah, for sure. And the people you surround yourself with. If
Friends.
you surround yourself with people who only care about materialistic things, you'll be materialistic. Because that's all you know. You have to.
It's the only thing that
have to-
that's around you.
I'm not saying get rid of your friends or anything. Let's not be extreme here. But maybe you can set a precedent for them where, you're not always thinking about, oh, is this
Just-
person going to buy me this? Oh, you're
Yeah.
coming to my baby shower. Make sure you bring me a gift.
Yeah.
How about your presence is just important? Or how about you
Give me a list of
little-
presents that you want.
Your presence.
Oh,
Presents.
presents.
Presents, John.
Presents. Okay.
Being there in the
Oh,
moment.
not. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so
Okay.
sorry.
Gosh.
So let's do this. Let's start with just what you do for a living. What do you currently do?
So I'm a PR and marketing executive for a company in Nairobi. Not going to give out too much information. Stalkers
You don't
everywhere.
need to. You don't need to.
But I'm also a food blogger and a food vlogger. So I have my own Instagram page and blog at the Ekta Patel. Sort of plug.
Hey,
And
I'll put the tag.
My blog is called Zero Drama Mingy Calories because I'm all about the calories. Calories, I think, are very good for you. And I do a vlog as well. So we're on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. It's called Not Just a Foodie Review. I do it with my really good friend Darshni. And it's just two girls eating their way through Nairobi,
Having fun.
having fun.
So when it comes to, you've mentioned a bit of job titles here and there.
Yeah.
Which one is more like, this brings me money and then this is what I'm passionate about?
So it's a mix of both. I've never really done anything that didn't make me happy. It's just
Yeah.
food. Food makes me happy. I'm all about food, guys.
Yeah.
So
It
I would
has
say
to
one,
be around. It has
one
to be
brings me more joy than the other. Only because the other one is in a corporate setting. Corporate settings can be tough. They're very, and I'm working for somebody as opposed to my personal blog, my vlogging and blogging journey, which is my own. So I'm my
Being
own
your
boss.
own boss.
Yes, being
Yeah.
my own boss. But at the same time, I'm not averse to working for somebody because at the end of the day, you get the experience. There's money involved, of course, so you can pay your bills. And you get to network. You meet a lot of people out there. And so it honestly, it complements the side hustle.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. So, I mean, if you had a choice not to do one,
Probably not do the corporate job. just because
yeah.
I would get to be my own boss, you know? I
Then
would-
why don't you do it now? Why do you have to do that?
Just, at the moment when you're somewhere in life where you're kind of working towards something.
Yeah.
So all the money from my side hustle goes into my savings. So this other one pays the bills. But once the side hustle really starts to grow, then obviously I can pick and choose.
Now you can be like, okay,
Yeah.
I can actually now dive in this for.
Yeah, and also I'm still really young. I don't have any serious like attachments, commitments, no children, no
Yeah,
marriage,
especially if like children
nothing
are
like
there,
that.
it's a
Yeah.
whole different story.
So I have room to maximize
Yeah.
my youth, guys.
Mhm.
Struggle is real. To maximize the time that I have now to be able to do multiple things. So why not do it?
Okay, so let's say, because we can clearly see like you're more passionate about like the food and the food reviews and everything. What made you be like a food connoisseur or reviewer or restaurant review person?
Well, I get it
like
from my
what,
dad.
Like what made you get into work? Because you're passionate about it.
I am.
Even the way you're talking about, but what made you?
So I
get
got it
into
from my dad. My dad's a big foodie. And ever since I was a kid, my parents have never ever said, don't try something. You know, they've been very supportive of everything that I do. And it's been a struggle. It has. It's been a struggle where, you know, there's a bit of back and forth. You try to
Tell me about
ease
it.
them
I
into
want to
it.
know about this little struggle.
Well,
That's what
you have to
people-
ease them into it. You see,
Okay.
when I moved back to Kenya about 2.5 years ago,
Where were you?
I was in the
before?
UK.
In the UK?
Yeah, I was working there.
You're working or studying?
I was working there. I studied before, and then I got a job, and then I moved back home.
What were you doing? Hold on. Don't rush. What were you doing in the UK?
I was working for a company there in sales and marketing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You don't sound like you want to give us the details.
I don't want to give anyone the details. There's stalkers out there. I'm not about to put my entire life out there on blast.
Okay.
you
Uh-huh.
know.
Yeah, so tell me. Uh-huh.
No, but it was a great time, guys. If you've never visited England, you should. It's beautiful. The people.
So it was like a part-time job or like
No, it was a
just
full-time job.
a full-time, like
Full-time
you're
job.
clocking in and
Yes.
out.
Yeah.
Was it too crazy
No,
as
it
compared
wasn't.
to
Actually, I really miss it because we don't have that kind of corporate structure here.
yeah,
Yeah.
Kenya we lack that.
Yeah. But also, if you can work here, you can work anywhere in the world.
Cause you're already
there's
used to
like-
all the
Yeah, you're
like,
used to all the lazy people, all the people that think they're entitled to just sit around and do nothing,
It's crazy.
that don't want to grow, that don't want to learn.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, you meet some incredibly hardworking people.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Yeah. So now,
mix.
okay, since we're not mentioning, you don't want to mention much about the UK job and everything. We're going back to what made you get into like just the food.
Well, I would post on Instagram
Yeah.
the things I was eating.
Yeah.
And a lot of my friends would be like, please tell us what this is. Or people would eat something I've cooked and they'd be like, give us the recipe, put it up so we have access to it. And it was
You
just
cook
a
as
lot
well?
I do, I cook.
You don't look like.
I love to cook. What do you mean? What does a
Just
cook
saying.
look like? Anyone can cook, guys. Get out there, start doing it.
I'm just saying, there's some people who maybe like if they see you on a video, they'll be like, there is no way she can cook. Cause plus they only see you at restaurants. I haven't seen
Not
any
really,
video of you
actually.
cooking.
Well, you can't see my face, but there are videos where I've
Oh,
like
your
made chicken
hands.
wings with my hands. I'm cooking
You
in the
can't
kitchen.
tell that's you. You can't
Of course
prove
you
that's
can.
you.
Yeah.
How?
Yeah, I put up a recipe like 2 days ago. Clearly, he doesn't follow me properly.
I do.
No,
It's
you
just
do.
because I follow a lot of people.
Whatever.
I'm so sorry.
Not important.
Let's
No,
go
okay.
back. Let's go back
So
to.
cancel the podcast. It's over, guys.
No, let's go back to what made you.
So a lot of people were requesting it.
Yeah.
And so I said, I'll do it. Let me try it. Let me get into it and see what happens. That took like another 6 months because I was really nervous about putting my content out there on like a blog as opposed to just putting a picture up on Instagram, of something I've eaten or something I cooked. And so I have a really good friend who's a web developer and he helped me put the blog together. I did some logo designing with another friend of mine who taught me how to do it. And yeah, guys, it's important to have friends who are creative, who can help you out, but build
Tell
those
me about it.
relationships.
You
It's not
have
it's
to.
not it's not about money.
It's not.
It's about how
not.
you treat a person. They'll help you out. They'll help your hustle. So make sure you're good to people. It really comes back.
You
It really
linked
comes
me
back.
up with Concrete Roses. They did my logo for the podcast.
They did. It looks amazing. They are so talented. I love those girls.
Shout outs to Concrete
Shout out
Roses.
to Concrete Roses. We love you.
Love you.
But yeah, so
Yeah.
it was a team effort. and just people encouraging me. And then I told my parents about it. And initially they were like, blogging? What is blogging?
What is this?
You know,
'Cause
yeah.
I'm sure, like, even from an Asian family, they want
yeah.
you to do like the
Yeah. Luckily
really-
for me, they're a bit open-minded.
open-minded, yeah.
Well, they were a bit open-minded. Now they're super open-minded because they've seen what it's
Yeah,
turned
yeah,
into.
yeah. And
From
you're
just
also
posting
happy.
on Instagram to making them Instagram accounts so they can follow me.
Wow.
And now they enjoy content as
Yeah.
well, which is great. On
Yeah.
YouTube as well, they're the first like on every video. On Facebook, they're always sharing my videos. And they've accommodated the whole shooting process as well. We've shot in my house, we've shot at Darshni's house. Her parents are really accommodating as well.
Yeah.
So it's just, you have to kind of get through a few of those struggles for them to see that it's worth it. And it makes you
or even
happy.
just see
If
that
it
you're
makes you
committed.
happy, and then, like, my parents love it because when they're out somewhere, they'll be like, somebody will be like, oh, I saw your daughter's video. You know?
And they feel like
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
super proud
And we
of.
love it because, like, we have people sending us videos of their grandparents in their living room watching our videos on, like, a giant TV, which is incredible.
Yeah, that just started
You know?
making my day as well with
Yeah.
just the podcast and
Yeah,
stuff.
when people, when you actually see people
It m-
enjoying your
it-
content and
It gives you a
consuming it,
reason to wake up and go and shoot
does.
it.
I met a lot of people who have presented me with opportunities because they said we've seen your content and we like it, and that's
Wow.
everything. That means you might not be like a professional, but you know what you're doing. You're on your way there.
Professional.
You're on your
Come
way
on,
there.
You're
You
a
know?
professional. The only difference between you and maybe somebody else who's like on telly is like you own your content, you're your own boss, and
That's
you know,
true.
so it's completely different.
That is true.
Your work ethic is probably 10 times this person who's just clocking in and then sitting
We
there.
try. We try not to
pampered
be
and-
late. That's the one thing I really like. It grinds my gears that content creators don't value other people's time. It's not.
Yeah.
There's so many times I've been invited to something
Or maybe to a podcast and then you show up
and then you
late.
show up late. Well, I did inform you. I was in the parking lot putting on my shoes.
No, I'm just joking. I'm joking. Come on. But I know what you're talking.
Yeah.
There's some people who've cancelled on me like when I'm on set waiting.
That's crazy.
And they told me like maybe 2 hours later that I don't think I can make it. And I'm always like, you know, I'm not responsible for how you choose to, to behave.
no, but
so,
at
I mean,
least,
yeah,
here's the
just let
thing.
me know.
It's just consideration.
Yeah.
Because he knows a lot of people, and he
Yeah.
could have had somebody else come in
Yeah.
and do it.
Yeah.
His content can't suffer because you can't keep time. That's
Yeah.
not fair.
Yeah. So I do understand that.
Shame on you.
That, shame on you.
Shame on you.
But you'll still get another chance, maybe. Maybe. Okay, when it comes to food reviews, how do you decide like who to approach or where to go?
Well, normally what happens is they approach us.
Ooh.
So it's people who've, again, like
Ooh.
people who've seen our content.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, please come and do a review for us. But if there's a place that we feel can really add to our content, then we just approach them and we say, look, this is our content, this is what we've done. And we pride ourselves on building great relationships with food establishments, restaurants, cafes, brands, food companies, all kinds of people that just, we even do spas. We have great contacts with hotels. We have hotel reviews coming up, so make sure you catch that on our channel, not just a foodie review. And it's basically just a whole mix of people coming together. Like I said, the relationships you build are so important.
Amazing, amazing.
They're so important.
And you're supposed to hook me up with something for a spa? No, you've forgotten?
Sorry?
Forgotten?
Huh?
It's
I can't
all
see.
good.
I think the mic is not working.
When it comes to such reviews, have you gotten like, you know, places where they're not open to the idea? Yo, like why are we giving you free food?
It
Why are you
takes a
giving you
second sometimes
free service?
to-
Or how do you go about that?
Well, it takes.
With those clients who are like,
Yeah.
why can't you like just
Well, here's the thing. So there's a couple of levels to this. You have people who will say, no, this is not something we can budget for right now.
Yeah.
If they say no, that's fine. What you do is you make sure that they have access to the work that you're doing.
Yeah.
So when they see it and they see you doing it for somebody else, they realize the value of it.
Yeah.
Secondly, you get the people who say, oh, we'll give you free food or we'll give you a free service and do it for us. When you're starting off, that's fine because you're trying to build a name for yourself.
Yeah.
But once you can see that your content is actually bringing results, like
Yeah.
the restaurants we eat at have actually seen results where people go and try out the food we've tried.
Yeah.
So at this point, if you ask me to do a video for you and you just want to give me free food does not pay my bill. Guys, free food does not pay the bills. We love free food. We appreciate free food.
Yeah.
But when it comes to content creation, there's a lot involved. There's equipment. There's the videographers. There's our creative time. You know, we both work full-time jobs.
Yeah.
So the shooting process starts at 5 p.m. after work or on weekends. Plus, we edit after that. So we're editing till 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, trying to make sure we put out great content for you, for your brand. The one thing we pride ourselves on, though, is we never lie. If we don't like something, we either won't talk about it or we'll just say we don't like it.
Okay, so how
Even if it's paid.
Okay, hold on.
Even if
So
it's paid.
how do some like hotels or restaurants take it when, you know, you've tried something out, they were open to a review, and you give them like a negative review? How do they go about
They
it?
have to take it. So, kids, it's not what you say, it's how you say it.
Yeah.
You know, if I just sit here and I'm like, oh, it was rubbish, it was crap, it was... No.
Recently, just before we finish that,
Yeah.
I'm sorry to interrupt
No,
you.
that's okay.
I did a podcast with a food photographer, because they also do reviews on the side. They did a review of a restaurant,
Okay.
and then they just gave like, you know, honest feedback, like, you know, the food was late and it also wasn't like really what they were expecting as well.
Okay.
But he's hoping that they can improve maybe the next time
Yeah.
they're going to go there. And they were sent an email and they were banned from the establishment. Yes.
I've never heard of anything like this.
It's there. You're gonna watch it on the podcast. Yeah.
Gosh.
They were banned. They were told like you should like basically never set foot in that establishment again.
Wow.
And then even for me, I was like, what?
Well, to be fair, they
Yeah.
don't deserve your business.
They don't.
Nope.
You don't need to work with such
Anybody-
people.
Anybody that does not respect your opinion
Yeah.
does not deserve your business.
What's
Sorry.
what's your purpose anyway? If you
No.
can't like just give
Like-
them.
It's not like he said your food was rubbish.
Yeah.
He just said it wasn't good when he went, and he
Yeah.
would like you to
Yeah.
improve it. Consistency is a problem in Kenya. We have a big problem with consistency.
Yeah.
There's been quite a few times where we've gone somewhere, and then somebody else goes because we went, and they didn't have the same
Yeah,
experience.
yeah.
Consistency is a problem. The only way to make it better is to let the restaurant know. Just say, look, it wasn't as good as I expected.
Yeah.
And here's my feedback. And you don't have to be a food reviewer to do that. You could just be a normal person on a normal day that wanted to go and get some food, and
Yeah.
it wasn't what you expected. That's how people improve.
That's true. True. So in most cases, we'd say like you get a lot of free food, right? No, listen. I'm just saying because.
It depends on your definition of
Do you
free
pay? Do you
food.
pay for food as a
We might not
majority of
pay-
your reviews?
We might not pay,
Yeah.
but there's a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes.
Listen, I do the
So it's
same.
not free.
I mean, yeah, no, I do the
Yeah.
same. So
no,
I'm
I
just
just want to
ask-
make sure people.
I want people
don't
to
think
understand.
We just sit here and like
Yeah.
get free food.
Yeah.
There's a lot that goes on behind the
There's
scenes for that to
so
happen. There's a
much.
lot of work that
Yeah.
we put in for that.
Yeah. This is just like a bonus, but everything else that's done like behind the scenes is just crazy. It's not like for the faint of heart. Let me just say that.
No, and
first of
also
all.
eating that much food, guys, you put on weight, you feel bloated all the time, you could get sick from food poisoning.
Yeah.
It's not as glamorous as it looks. So like, just put it out there. It's not that glamorous, but we love it.
No, it's not a bad thing.
No, it's not.
So when it comes to the food reviews, moving from one restaurant to another, as a content creator, right?
Yes.
What are some of the like just difficulties or hardships that you've come across as a food blogger?
Well, the worst is when they know you're coming and they're not ready for you. That really grinds my gears,
Yeah.
because we've been having this discussion for days and days. And then when we get there, you're late. You know, we have a shooting schedule. Usually when we shoot our videos, we shoot it in one day. So we might be going to 5 different restaurants in one day, which means we have to keep time. Because if
Everything
it's
is
like an
planned.
airline, if you
Yeah.
miss your flight
Yeah.
or the flight gets delayed, then there's a carry-on effect on everything else.
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know? And so we have to respect the time of our videographers. We then have to go and edit the video, which takes time.
Yeah.
And because we do a lot of this on the weekends, then we have to find time to spend with our loved ones, do things that make us happy on the side as well. So it's a whole process where it's really inconsiderate of somebody to
If they
just,
don't.
to
Yeah,
just
yeah.
not keep time. Like
Yeah.
I understand everybody has hiccups. There's always downfalls, but
But if we've discussed
if we've
about it, and
discussed
so
it,
one thing you're
just-
supposed to
gosh,
do for
you
that
had
day.
one job.
Yeah.
One job.
Yeah. One
But
job
yeah.
to do, and you can.
Yeah.
So timing, just timing, nothing else
Timing,
crazy that you'd say like, oh, this
Not
is.
really, actually. People are pretty generous. People are very generous. Like we were shooting a dessert video, which is coming out soon, and we asked for one dessert per place. We did 5 places.
Yeah.
One place brought out 12 desserts. So there's perks too. But the other thing is, when you go home and you realize there's something you might have missed, or there's a bit that you didn't get that you really wanted,
Yeah.
or somebody on the crew is just having a bad day, so the angles are rough or the audio
Yeah.
didn't catch the way it should.
Yeah.
So there's those kind of things. But honestly, we work so great as a team. We laugh a lot on set.
On
so
set.
even if there's any setbacks,
Yeah.
it kind of doesn't affect us that much. We just work around it.
Okay, cause like for like how you do it and how like I do my thing are slightly different.
Yeah.
Cause you work with like a team of people, right?
So it's 2 videographers,
2
and then
videographers.
the 2 of us.
So like 4 people
4
basically.
people.
So you see, like if one person is missing, it can affect like how the whole day is going to go. So you all have to be in sync, I'm guessing.
Well, it depends. Like what we
Well,
do.
what if your
is
videographers-
We support each other.
Yeah,
See, there was a time where we didn't know anything about editing,
yeah.
but we took it upon ourselves to start learning.
Don't go too far away from the microphone. We need your
Sorry,
audio
sorry.
for iTunes.
Sorry. Okay, so can you hear me now?
Proper.
We're good?
Proper.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what we did is we took initiative to learn. So now we can
At
work
least,
the cameras.
yeah, if
we
this
can
person
we can
is-
do like basic editing as well. So like the first rough cut we can put together.
Yeah.
Things like that. We actually we don't script. So we're good that way.
Yeah.
We just go with whatever's
wing
coming.
it.
Yeah, we don't script unless we're doing voiceovers. We don't script.
Yeah.
Also, I think you get the best content that way. It's very natural. Nobody's worried about having to forget a line or something like that.
Just like this, the way we're
Yeah,
doing this.
just the way we're doing this.
It comes out more organically.
It's genuine.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
So-
then we feed off each other's energy. So if somebody's having like an off day,
Yeah.
maybe one of the videographers is a bit hungover, we just pick up the slack. Because
Are
we're
you
a
saying
team
your
at the end of the day.
videographers they come on set drunk?
No, they don't come on set drunk, but people are human. People are human.
Okay.
Everybody has a hangover. Like
I
said,
don't.
We work
I
weekends.
don't.
We work weekends.
Yeah.
We work weekends. So I can't be like, oh, we have a shoot, so you can't party
No, but
the
I
night
know.
before.
I know what you're saying.
As long as people show up and do their job, we're good.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, we've never had a videographer not show up. They're very professional. They know how to have a good time. They know we like to have a good time.
Yeah,
We're not
but
about
also
boring people.
respect, like when you.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
like for me. Basically, just work alone to avoid, like
Yeah.
I've had like those hiccups. I've
It
tried
becomes
working with people.
difficult.
It can
You have to really find like people that you
that
really
you're in
get on
sync
with.
with. You have the same like
Yeah.
just drive even and everything. Because like
Yeah.
for me, I'm always thinking like if I let this one person responsible for this, if they call and tell me like I'm sorry I can't make it today, I'm doomed.
Yeah, for sure.
So I've come to learn to do like basically like almost everything alone.
Yeah.
But if somebody comes in, that's a plus as well. Like that's not a bad thing. That's a plus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I guess you've just made it work for you in
Yeah,
the way
it's-
that you do things.
yeah,
See, for us,
yeah.
because there's 2 of us,
you
we
definitely.
it becomes really boring if it's just this.
Oh, yeah.
See what I mean?
Yeah.
All the time in every single video, it's just this. We need different angles. We need food angles. If
True.
you're just having a conversation, it works.
it's yeah. True.
Yeah.
True. So
Plus, you're really good in post edit. So
who?
you
Hey.
made me look good while I was stuffing burgers in my face. It was
Oh,
great.
that video was nice.
It was great.
Right?
It was
Shout outs to Sierra Burger and Wine.
Sierra Burger and Wine. You guys were brilliant. Thanks.
So, you've done a lot of food reviews, right?
Are we recording?
Yes.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yes.
I'm just making sure.
Why wouldn't we be recording?
No, I'm just making sure.
So you've done a lot of reviews in all these nice, really, really nice restaurants, right? What do you think of just the restaurant scene in Nairobi in
It's
general
growing.
right now?
It's growing.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of up and comers. There's people doing some incredible things.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to my friend James at Crispy Wings. He is honestly very inspirational. He started from an apartment, just making chicken wings for people. And now
then,
he's opened his own establishment. And it's only been like a year or something.
then the wings must be really, really good.
They're brilliant.
Where is his
So
establishment right now?
it's in Karen, and then you can order from Kilimani as well. So
Karen, we're in Karen right now.
Karen and Kilimani, yeah.
So I can actually, do they deliver?
They do. They do
Okay,
deliver.
I'll check them out maybe on Instagram.
And
Do
the
they have like their
flavors
social
are
media?
incredible. They do. They do great
Okay,
on
then
social
I'll check
media.
out some of their stuff.
They are very popular.
Since we're out here mentioning like, your favorites and stuff,
Yes.
what establishments would you say like, I've really had some good food here. What are some of your best like
I would have to
places
start
that
with
you've
Pan Asian Yao.
Mm-hmm.
It's in Gigiri on UN Avenue. It's oh gosh,
Amazing.
they're very good. You see, here's the thing. They
Ekta?
when you give them here's the thing. When you give them
Yeah.
feedback,
Yeah.
they take it on board, and then next time they come back better.
Mm-hmm.
And they have so many different food experiences in one little restaurant that every time you go, you can try something different.
Mm-hmm.
And the lady that owns it, she has Nina. Shout out to Nina.
Shout out to
She
Nina.
has a passion for food. She
Mm-hmm.
really knows her food. She's well traveled. So I feel like when you're
What's presented
into
is-
food,
Mhm.
you really have to love food to be able to provide a brilliant
Yeah.
like eating experience. The other place would be Chop House at Radisson Blu for fine dining. It's
Chop House?
incredible. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What do they serve? Steak?
They do steak.
Yeah.
They do, but it's very fine dining sort of concept. It's very it makes you feel expensive, which is brilliant.
I like that.
But
I like that. But
It's worth every single penny.
is it crazy expensive
It's
though?
not crazy expensive, no.
How much are we talking
It's not
about?
crazy
Like for
expensive.
dining experience and stuff? Because I want people to, I want
Maybe-
people to.
Well, because it's fine dining, it is a little bit out there. So
Yeah.
maybe like save 5,000 per person.
Okay.
But like for special occasions and things like that,
Yeah,
if it's
you-
not in your budget,
Yeah.
maybe a
Anniversary,
one-off thing,
birthday. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
'Cause
But
you
the
know-
food is brilliant. The chef is very well trained, well traveled. He has a great team with him. So, and they have a really good sommelier as well. So their wine list is great.
Amazing.
So yeah.
Okay, another place. You're just naming a few places that you've
me
really
see.
gone. You can't say you've only two restaurants,
No,
Pan Asian
no.
and
So Burger
Right.
Hut in Westlands do a great vegetarian burger. I'm not big on vegetarian burgers, but they do great ones. So do Mama Rocks. Oh my
Oh, yeah,
gosh.
definitely Mama Rocks. Mama
the
Rocks,
burgers
definitely.
are brilliant. Brilliant. And then what
Sierra.
else have I recently eaten? I like Sierra. I
They have
enjoy
nice
it actually.
burgers.
They have good tasting menus. They do these really good tasting menus.
I've only had that was my first time when we did the review. That
Yeah.
was my first time. Like
And I enjoy
actually,
their beer as well.
oh yeah, the beer was
Yeah, the
nice,
beer's
but the
not
burger
bad.
like blew me away. I didn't expect the burgers to be that good.
Yeah.
They're really good.
Brew Bistro do some interesting food as well. Like whenever they come up with some concepts, like for
Yeah.
Nairobi Restaurant Week, they have these bowls that you can customize. I like
Which
when
one? What
I
are
like
they
when
called?
They give you
What are they called?
sorry,
What are they called?
the brew bowls.
What?
The brew bowl.
The what? The what?
Oh, stop! Please stop.
Oh yeah.
Gosh.
Yeah, shout outs to Brew Bistro. I didn't know what that was
The
until
brew bowls.
I didn't know because what's her name? Megan kept on telling me like the brew balls.
Yeah.
And I was like, blue balls?
Yes, yeah, I
Blue
know.
balls? Like yeah.
I remember seeing.
But now I learned
now you
about
know.
them. Yeah,
Now you know.
and it's something I'm definitely looking forward to try because actually they're
Yeah.
just here
Yeah,
as
they
well.
are just here.
In the mall, so I'm gonna
It's
try
a
them
really
out.
good concept because you get to customize the entire bowl. Then of course there's Boho Eatery. Gosh, the food is incredibly Instagrammable. Like
I
it's
haven't
beautiful,
tried it.
but it's really tasty too.
Yeah.
She does a great job of bringing together clean food.
Who's that? The chef or the owner?
The owner, who's also part of the chef
Oh, she's
team.
also like
Yeah,
okay,
she's
hands-on and everything.
Yeah, she's really nice, and the ambiance is really nice. So There's also Palette Cafe, guys. So there's this new concept.
Are these places in Kenya that you mentioned?
Yeah, Palette Cafe. So in
Where is
Lamington
that?
on James Gishuru, and they have a great concept where they've employed people with disabilities, so dumb and deaf people, and like on the menu they'll have like hand signs.
Oh wow.
So like you know, it teaches you something. It's a teachable moment for you. And it integrates people who would normally be left out of things like this.
I didn't even know. I didn't even know
great.
about that. I didn't even know about that.
It's really cool. We'll go.
Please take me.
We'll go. I'll take you. It'll
Please
be
take me.
fantastic.
Another place? Or those are just some of the ones that you
there's
can say.
Because I eat a lot.
Because like all those are places that you've mentioned, I haven't.
The local grill at Village Market. Very nice.
Have good.
The steak.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Grill Shack at Westgate 2. Shout out to you guys.
since we've mentioned those, which one would you say like if you had to pick two of your favorites that you find, because you might have like all these nice restaurants that you go to or you've done reviews of, but where do you find yourself like going back over and over? Maybe it's because of access, maybe it's because like you're already like accustomed to that
My
one
mom's
meal.
kitchen.
Oh wow.
Ekta Patel, shout out to you.
Okay.
Best chef in the world.
But here's the thing, we can't come to your mom's kitchen.
Of course you can. I'll invite you to my mom's kitchen.
Okay. What about the viewers?
They can watch on Instagram. Plus, a lot of the recipes that I share are inspired from things that she makes.
Oh, from your
So,
mom.
yeah, so you guys check out the
Nice,
recipes.
amazing. So have you been cooking like from like a young age, and
I've
or
always
it's just something that you picked up from?
No, I've always loved cooking.
Always.
Loved cooking.
Wow.
I think it's amazing how somebody can just take a bunch of ingredients and make something
And
that
just
gives
make
someone,
something.
that makes someone really happy. Yeah.
What's your favorite meal
Favorite meal?
to prepare?
Ooh.
Before I go to my question back, before I just go down to my
I
write
don't have a favorite, but
come
recently-
on.
No,
Let's-
recently.
you have to
no,
have,
no,
like-
no. You see, as a food blogger, you can't have a favorite because you eat so many things.
No, but that you prepare yourself, that you make for
Recently,
yourself.
I've been on a chicken wings hype, so I'm trying new recipes all the time. Like every other weekend, I'm trying a new chicken wing recipe. So pretty obsessed with
So chicken wings, of course.
I'm really obsessed with currently drying my own herbs at home. So I buy fresh herbs, I dry them at home.
Are those herbs? You
Like-
mean weed or what?
No. No.
What do
Not
you
on
mean?
camera.
No, what do you mean? Because
Not on
I mean,
camera.
I
No,
want
kidding.
people,
So,
just my
things
audience.
like rosemary, thyme, I buy it fresh and then I dry it.
then you dry them?
Because you see, it's really hot in Nairobi right
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
So you can make the most out of the sun.
But what does that help with?
You dry out the herbs and then you can use them for marinades. You can use them for dry
Oh,
rubs.
yeah,
You
yeah,
can put them in the foods.
Okay.
You know, and I mean, why am I paying like 200 shillings for a tub this small? When
That
I
you
pay
can actually
25 shillings for a giant bunch
Oh yeah,
that I can just dry,
yeah.
you know, and use the way I want.
It's actually very hands-on with all those spices and everything.
It's just something I'm trying. My mom brought home some chilies the other day. I dried those,
Yeah.
ground them, and like left them in the hot sun for like 2 weeks. So they're super fiery, but really smoky. Get a great flavor. And I took the seeds and I'm growing them now. So I'll have a chili plot soon.
Oh, okay. Okay. Now, since we've mentioned the best restaurants, as a food person,
Yeah.
it's also very, very important that we know where or which are some of the places that you've had bad experience before. Because we know they're there.
Yeah, for sure.
So, which are some of the places that you've had bad experience? Because it's the podcast, we have to be honest. And when we're being honest, if you call yourself a food reviewer, you know they can't all be good.
No, they're not
And
all good.
of course, it's just
No, they're
like,
not
you know,
all good.
when we're
I'm just
saying
trying
it,
to think.
it's just for them to make improvement. Or, you know, somebody else can say like, even for me, I went here and
Well, recently I haven't had any bad experiences, but just off the top of my head,
Yeah.
there was a time we had just popped into Food Train.
what's Food Train?
Food Train is like an Asian place.
Is
at
that the
Kenrail
place
Towers.
at Kenrail Towers?
Kenrail Towers on the ground floor.
Yeah.
We popped in and it was, they'd just started their teppanyaki. And
Yeah.
we love teppanyaki. So we were there for a meeting and we were like, we'll just try it. And we tried it and we were really disappointed. Mostly because I know when like a restaurant opens, you have your teething problems,
Yeah.
but they can't be that bad that you decided to open when the food was, subpar. So
It
somebody obviously didn't do their job there.
it was really bad.
It was quite bad. It was quite bad. And then another place would probably be Joe's Atlanta Wings. The hype.
Joe's Atlanta Wings.
They don't live up to the hype of Joe's Atlanta Wings.
It's
Because,
bad.
Joe's Atlanta Wings comes from Atlanta.
And Atlanta, apparently,
States.
it's the one place that
It
if
is.
you go
The
online on
food,
YouTube,
gosh, guys.
especially chicken. They even I had like even on strip clubs, like people go to strip clubs to
eat
eat
chick-
chicken
yeah,
wings.
to eat chicken wings.
eat chicken wings.
Yeah.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah. So
Joe's Atlanta wings.
they
They're
just-
they're not that good. I haven't tried them.
they have a lot of flavors. So what happens is some are good and some are not good.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what the issue is.
Mm-hmm.
That some flavors are really good and then others are not. Which
It shouldn't be. If
it
it's
shouldn't.
Atlanta,
Like,
I
if
mean,
you're-
we've had.
Well,
it.
I mean, just in general, they should. I know everybody has different palates, but this was just on a different level where we weren't.
Did you have
able-
any of the wings that was good?
Yeah, we did. Oh gosh. They
There's
do.
some that were
yeah,
good?
they were good. Yeah.
Okay, but some were just like.
Some were just. We were just like, what is this? Not even like, oh, these are edible. We were just.
I know
what is
this. What is this?
Yeah.
Oof.
But hopefully they've improved because, like I said, this is not to stop people from going there.
No.
My
It's-
experience won't
yeah,
be
yeah,
your
yeah.
experience.
Yeah.
So make sure you go and try these places.
Yeah.
And maybe they've improved. I haven't been back,
Mm-hmm.
but maybe they've improved. Hopefully they've improved.
Hopefully.
And then I can go back and have a great experience.
Hopefully. Hopefully, I'll go there once they've improved. Which other
Well,
place?
You won't know they've improved until you go.
Okay, yeah, true.
Yeah.
Which other place? So that's just two places.
Actually, we don't normally have terrible experiences. I wish Domino's was better. Because, when you have Domino's outside
pizza?
of Kenya, yeah. When you have Domino's outside of Kenya, even Pizza Hut, when you have it outside of Kenya, it just... Like KFC, when they initially came in,
Oh, the hype
it
was crazy.
The hype was crazy, but the chicken was terrible. Now, guys, I can't get enough. Gosh.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's good?
Oh,
Oh, maybe I'm
God.
guessing the demand was too high then, like even for them to try and keep up with, like
No, but
maybe.
you see, KFC is supposed to be prepared a certain way. There's a crunch, there's a certain coating.
I don't know why you're
But then
playing hide and
Kenyans-
seek
I'm
with
not,
my
I'm not,
microphone.
sorry.
I don't know why you're playing
Okay,
hide and seek with the
so-
microphone.
Basically, Kenyans have like a specific way they like their chicken.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing these chefs, when they started cooking, they just thought, oh, ni kuku, it's all right, whatever.
Oh, yeah.
But then I think what was great was the management came in and they were like, no, this is how we want it.
Mm-hmm.
And then they really improved, which was fantastic.
So can we say KFC is one of your favorites as
Oh,
well?
I love a good spicy crunch. The paneer bag is bomb too.
Mm-hmm.
Although chicken nuggets are mad expensive. Like, let's get real. They don't have to be that expensive. It's chicken nuggets.
It shouldn't be.
It's not rocket science.
Okay, so if you were to, let's just say, if somebody's starting off like with the whole food thing, because I've just realized, like even for me, before I started like just going out to eat and stuff, like there's so many things that I didn't know about
Yeah.
food, pairings, places, cuisines.
Yeah.
Just as a foodie, if you were to recommend just an experience for somebody to go and try out, what would you like recommend for somebody who's just new to this whole like food thing?
Try Asian food, guys.
Asian
He
food.
tried it and loves it now.
Which one?
Can't get enough of it. Sushi.
Oh,
Sushi, noodle bowls.
Oh. No, that's true. I wasn't like up for sushi, for the rolls, for the
Yeah.
but I just had like the tuna belly strips.
Yeah,
what are they
yeah.
called? I've forgotten the name. Listen,
Toro?
I have a very like what is it called again? Toro. I have a very expensive palate right now. Like I think I can actually
Welcome to the club.
like it was just really exciting because it's something that if you see for the first time and you're not open-minded to it, as I was, I'd definitely be just dismissive. Like this
Yeah,
is not
you'll
for
just
me.
be like, because a lot of people think, like, for example, sushi is just raw fish.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's not. There's different types. There's nigiri, there's sashimi.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of different types of sushi. There's cooked
Yeah.
sushi rolls as well, which are
I,
beautiful.
I think I appreciate raw sushi right now.
Because of the way it's prepared.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of places have it fresh.
Mm.
It's sliced thinly. The way that they handle the ingredients,
Yeah.
it will blow your mind. Just
And I-
try it once. If you don't
It's-
like it, spit it out.
I liked it. Just I
But
tried
try
it,
it.
and especially like
Try
even
it.
just the soy sauce, I didn't even know the difference that it makes.
Yeah.
And then the what was it?
Wasabi?
Wasabi.
The wasabi.
Ah, come on! Like I was just like, why have I been missing out in all?
There's a place called Silk Noodle. You need to try their noodle.
Where?
bowls.
Where?
It's in
Hurlingham?
Hurlingham.
Everybody
They
has
have-
been talking
they
about
have
the
one-
place.
They have one at what's that other mall here? The Hub. At the Hub.
At the hub, they have like
They have
really.
Silk Noodle at the Hub, and what happens is
Yeah.
these chefs train for years and years to be able to just take a lump of dough and like twist it in their hands, and it turns into noodles, and
I've
you can
s-
watch
I-
them do it.
I've seen it on YouTube, but I
And
was
then they
just
have like these little dumplings that you should order and put into the broth. Oh my guys, it was life changing.
why haven't you done a review there first of all?
They're not very like they don't need that, you know.
No, it's
They
just
don't
for
really
you.
Need, yeah, but they
It's
don't
not
really
for
need
the. You know, it's not about
You know, it's
translating to
messy.
sales.
No, it's messy to eat, and then I really want like when I eat things like a noodle bowl, I really enjoy the experience. So I'm not there like, no, guys.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be sloppy and messy and enjoy it.
Yeah.
But just try it. I promise you, it's really worth
You
it.
will enjoy the
I do
experience.
have pictures of it on my Instagram, so go take a look. But you'll love it. It's really
So, sorry. My apologies. So sorry for.
You can't hear me. Am I too far?
No,
Do you
I
need me
can.
to
I
sit in front?
no, I can hear you. I'm just trying to figure out a place where. Oh, that's okay. That's cool. No,
Yeah.
I mean, I also want you to be
No,
comfortable.
I'm comfortable.
Are you comfortable?
I just like you know me. I'm
No.
all over the place.
Do you ever, just as a foodie or food reviewer,
Uh-huh.
do you ever get tired of like eating cold food? I eat cold food all the time.
You get used to it.
You get used to it.
You do. You get used to it
Yeah.
because obviously you have to.
I start
take your
appreciating cold
pictures.
food a bit
Yeah,
more.
yeah, yeah. You have to take your pictures. It's not like they serve us cold food. The food comes piping hot, but by
Hot.
the time you're
You
done
do pictures,
getting your
videos.
content, the food is cold.
Yeah.
But here's the thing:
Yeah.
if a chef's really good, even if the food is cold, it'll taste really good.
Mm-hmm.
So
So it's nothing that you can complain about.
no, not really. Plus, a lot of times it's food that you can reheat. So
Uh-huh.
we just ask them to reheat it. It's not a big deal.
Okay. So now when it comes to your channel, it's just a foodie, not just a
Not
food,
just a
not
foodie
just a
review.
foodie review. Why that name?
Because we don't just do food, but food is always coming.
Some of the other things you said are like, spa.
Spas, hotels.
Mm-hmm.
We design menus for different people. We do tastings as well. So if somebody's trying to improve their menu at the restaurant, we'll do it. We'll bring in like a whole bunch of people to come and taste it. We have these forms that people fill out, and so we do like a lot of stuff. We recommend we.
That's very interesting.
Yeah, if people want to have events, we'll
Because how
recommend
comes I've
things.
never been invited in this guest list where people get to actually try food and
You
Have
kinda
I
you
ever
kinda
been
have
invited?
You kind of have to really know food, and you've just started
Come
knowing
on.
food.
Okay,
You've just started
okay, that's
knowing
true.
food.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
true.
Obviously, if we're putting our name behind it, we bring people
You want,
who really know food.
yeah, you want people to
Yeah,
give like
who've
really-
sampled food from all over the world. But we do have like celebratory events where we have people come and just eat with us. So when we reached 2,000 followers, we had a bunch of restaurants generously give us food, and we sat at the village market, laid out a spread, and our followers got to come and eat with us, which was quite special.
Were we friends then?
No.
Oh,
I didn't know you
That's a very good answer.
No, no.
That's a very good
No,
answer.
I didn't know you guys.
Oh, that's
Still
a
not
very
getting invited,
that's
though.
a very that's a very good answer. Oh, so not just a foodie review.
Yeah.
It's like the two of you doing reviews and stuff. And like right now, we all know that your friend is not around, right?
No, she's not around.
Yeah, she hasn't been around for.
She's out there spreading her wings.
Yeah. Like Joe's Atlanta wings.
No, not those kind of wings.
Okay.
Not those. You're so shady. You are
Oh,
so
no.
shady.
Oh no. Okay, so since she's away,
Yeah.
how you just dealing with that? Because I know how like
Well, what we did
friends.
is we pre-recorded
Yeah.
a lot of our content,
Yeah.
so we can still have stuff to put out that's still
Yeah.
relevant.
Yeah.
And then we do more of individual reviews now on our individual pages.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then she's back in about a month.
Is she? Oh, she's gonna be back.
She's gonna be back. We're gonna do some more shooting.
Okay.
We have a video coming out next week as well.
Oh.
So yeah, there's a lot. It's not like we're not doing anything.
No. I'm just saying.
It's just we've given
I didn't
each
even.
other
I
the
didn't even.
space.
I didn't even finish my question. First of all,
Sorry.
because she's been away for how long?
It's been almost over 6-7 months.
7 months. Yeah. So I'm just trying to like just understand. Like even for you, she's your best friend. You see, this is not just like a person that you meet and shoot and you know everybody parts ways.
Yeah.
Like just for you, how do you deal with that as a content creator when you know like that person who gives you that drive and energy?
Yeah.
Or even just psych, you know, when she gives you that phone call like, yo, we're going to this place today, we're going to this place today, and they're not around for that long.
Yeah.
How do you just deal with that?
Well, you see,
Just as a creative.
we start off with not being in competition with each other.
Yeah.
It's not like, oh, her page is better, my page is better. We work together because we are a team. And so if I'm doing something, she'll encourage me. If she's doing something, I'll encourage her. And it gives us more of like a wider base that we're reaching, because now that she's in a different country, she's reviewing food there, so she brings those experiences back with her.
Yeah.
You know,
And I think
both
that's
of us
also
are well traveled.
Yeah.
So we bring those experiences into not just a foodie review. And so when our palates are a bit more advanced, we really know our food. So it's a good thing. Plus, we don't have that kind of friendship where you have to every day talk to each other. We're not like that. We don't have.
Really?
No, we're not.
I thought girls are like, you know, you didn't say goodnight to me yesterday.
You didn't say goodnight to me.
I haven't told you about my boyfriend. I haven't told you, like, you know, just the
Well,
girly
no,
stuff.
so we do catch up and talk about stuff.
Yeah.
But we're not in each other's business all the time. You can't. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
If you want to successfully run a business with your friend, you can't be in their grill all the time. It just
Yeah.
won't work. It won't work, because we're human beings. We get tired of other people. We get tired of the people we're with every day. You know. So it just.
You're trying to say you're tired of your boyfriend or
No,
something?
I'm not tired of my boyfriend. But
Okay.
personal space is important.
Okay.
And if you don't give me a
Just thought I
chance to
should
miss
ask,
you,
you know.
if you don't give me a chance, you're just trying to stir shit up.
No.
If you don't give each other personal space to grow, then, I mean, what's the point, right?
True.
And if you don't give me the chance to miss you, I'm not gonna miss you. You're just gonna be annoying.
But that's true. That's very, very true. So I assume you guys are not like taking a break like from each other. You're still gonna put out content
Oh
together.
yeah, the content for sure.
Have you thought about
sure.
doing like your content probably outside the country? Because both of you
Yeah,
have
so
like
we-
well versed
We
in
thought
travel
thought
and
about doing it. It's just the whole. It compromises on quality a little bit, because
Why?
she'd have to shoot from her phone, and then we'd have to integrate that
Pho-
into something
phones
else.
shoot 4K nowadays.
No,
Trust
I
me, you
know.
can do it.
I know. It's just.
And I've been telling you for
I
how
know,
long? Like
but
just
it's-
do
it's-
it.
It's a lot of. It's a lot of
Ekta, you don't
work,
have to
and it's kind of
use
not
a-
what we're going for. It's not what we're going for. So we are working on a couple.
You
of
want
things.
high end like production
Not
quality.
high-end production, just
Alicia
good
Poppert
quality.
is shooting with a red right
Just
now.
good quality, guys.
She's going all rogue. She's doing everything with a red.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
Good for her.
So
It's
you
just
see,
not
but I'm
what
just
we're
saying.
trying to do.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you know, that's why I'm saying like if you have a phone
Mm-hmm.
that can shoot 4K as well, trust me, there are like softwares that you can put to tweak, and just maybe for color correction purposes, you can still like merge like.
No, I know, but at the same time, just the way we work, and for it to be really genuine.
Ekta?
Sorry, for it to be very
Ekta?
genuine.
Yeah.
Where we're not worrying about shooting. That department is handled.
Oh yeah.
If you look at our content, if you
Yeah.
watch our videos,
Yeah.
everything is genuine. We laugh, we make creepy noises. It's like you're sitting with your friend.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah,
set up.
you're always out of control.
We're not, yeah, basically.
You specifically.
Basically. Basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what people like about us.
Yeah,
That
true.
we're just uninhibited. I'm not worried that the camera's not on or the mic's not working.
Yeah.
You know, it works better for us.
It
that
makes
way.
you focus on like just your.
We focus on the food.
Yeah.
I can't taste the food properly and give you my reaction if I'm worried that the angle's incorrect. If the
I
mic's
have
not
to.
working.
That's what I keep doing. You
See?
see, I have to keep
Yeah.
checking my levels and
Yeah,
everything.
but you see, for me, I'm just talking.
Yeah,
It's up
yeah.
to him to sort all of that out. I'm just talking.
Yeah. No, but that's true, and
Yeah.
it's not everyone's cup of tea, especially if you can't like multitask or just maybe you just want
No,
to.
see, we
you
can't. It's not
have
that
your
we
focus.
can't multitask.
No. I know.
It's just we want to focus.
Wrong choice of words
Yes.
by there. I'm just saying that
Yeah.
maybe you just want to focus on
Yes.
one thing
Yeah.
and not.
Yeah.
Give
We
it
don't
like
want to
all
be
your-
distracted
Yeah.
by anything else. If I'm talking about the smoothie, I'm talking about the smoothie. The mic doesn't matter. The camera doesn't matter. My focus is
Is on the smoothie. Okay.
Yeah.
Now we've talked we've touched on food and everything
Yeah.
and just all the ins and outs. So now we're going to the next topic. Do you wanna guess which topic it is?
No, with you, I never know.
Okay. Okay, just be on
You
standby
keep,
on that.
keep
Hold
trying
on.
to cause domestics in my house, so I don't know.
So it's all about balance in everything that we're doing, right?
Yeah.
So we have to talk about love.
Love makes the world go round.
True. True. So you are in a relationship, right?
I am.
Is it like a long distance or is he Kenyan?
No, he's not Kenyan.
He's not Kenyan?
No, he's not Kenyan.
So I'm
that's
guessing
all
at
I'm
times
saying.
oh no. But I'm just saying that okay, so at times it has to be like a long distance kind of
At
relationship,
times.
right?
At times.
Yeah, at times. What's the longest that you guys have stayed like just away from each other?
A while.
A year?
No, that's too much.
Okay, 6-7 months, maybe?
Yeah, maybe.
But
No,
how about-
actually, no, less.
Less?
Less.
Okay, 3 months.
So, like an acceptable amount of time.
Okay, but how do you cope with such?
Well, it's not, if you like the person, it's not really a big deal.
Oh, I know, but like let's say 3 months I don't get to see you for 3 months, maybe you come for 1 month or a few weeks and then you go, you still fly out. How do you deal with that? It's not easy. It's not
No,
the
it's
easiest.
not. No.
Some
So
people
I'm not
just-
making light of it. It's not easy.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. If
Because I want people to understand
the-
like how
Yeah.
like even just such relationships work. Because there are people if like they don't see each other for like 2 weeks, they're like everything is in shambles and
that's crazy.
but it's
Guys,
true.
no, stop depending on people for happiness. You have to make yourself happy
Yeah.
first. Guys. Don't depend on other people to make you happy. That's crazy.
Yeah, so your boyfriend or girlfriend
What were you doing
can't
before
make
they
you happy. They can't
No,
make
no,
you
no,
happy.
they can. But what were you doing before they came into your life? Were you miserable? Do you have to have somebody? I don't think so. You have to learn to be happy on your own, do your own thing. That's why it's important to not, for lack of a better word, be kept. Do something.
What do you mean by being kept?
Be kept. Like, just have somebody who provides everything for you.
You
Have
don't
something
want a
of your
protector and a provider? Don't listen. I'm saying.
own. I'm my own protector and my own provider.
Wow. Can you see the way she's getting offended if I
Yeah,
just say that?
because it's just,
But there's some
guys,
people who look for that. You
that's
know that?
okay if you're
Isn't
looking.
like-
No. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
It's okay if you're looking for that. If somebody's willing to give you that as well, that's perfectly fine. If that's what makes you happy, fine.
But what's wrong with
find
that? Because you
something-
always get defensive every time I say that.
because you have to find a balance, like you said. You have to find a balance where you still have something that's your own. Your whole existence can't just be to please somebody else.
You can own the car that I buy for you.
Sorry?
You can own the car that I buy for you.
I don't own the car if you bought it for me.
I'll give you the what do you call it? The what do you call it? I'll give you the papers for the car.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you can hold that over my head for the rest of my life. I don't think so.
I bought you this car.
I don't think
But
so.
you always get so defensive about that.
Yeah, because
But is it from-
I'm a big advocate of women
Independence?
having their own. Have your own. It's okay to have somebody else's stuff, but have your own stuff. It's so important because we live in this society where you know, men are still getting to grips with respecting women.
What do you mean?
Equality.
What?
Yeah, equality.
I think
Equality
I
is an
think women
important
are
thing.
favored even more right now,
No, we're not favored.
because everything is like we have
We're
to
not
really.
favored. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
There's a certain um, there's a certain ambition behind that.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Wait.
if I'm at a bar and you're buying me a drink, of course there's a reason behind it.
No,
you're not just buying
I-
me a drink because you're a nice guy.
What?
No.
Listen, I can buy you a drink because I'm a nice guy and bounce. I don't want anything in return.
Guys. Okay, he's a rare find. But basically, here's the thing. You just have your own. I'm not saying don't have somebody else buy you a car. If they're buying you a car, fine, great, thank you. But you have to have your own so that nobody can ever hold it over your head.
Yeah.
You know, nothing is forever. So if it doesn't work out with this person, you don't want them holding it over your head. Saying, I bought you this, you're crap, you don't know what you're doing. You know, why are you talking to me like this? Self-respect is so important. It'll make you love yourself more as well if you do something for yourself.
Have you ever gone through that?
No, but I've seen a lot of people go through
Your
it.
friends, maybe?
I do. I have some friends who've gone through it. I've seen women in general when I have conversations with them. That's another great thing actually. Recently I've been sitting with women who talk about struggle love. And I'm just like, I've never experienced this. But it's mostly because I set the tone for how somebody gets to treat me. You can only treat me the way I let you. You know, that's my philosophy in life.
So what's the common like trend that you've noticed? Like you're saying, like you've seen it like in a lot of women. What's the trend that you've noticed that women can like just start like, how can I even put it in the right way? What have you noticed like as a pattern in love? And just when it comes to love, like with maybe your friends,
Yeah.
the trend, because you're coming from a very different, maybe let's say, cultural background. It might
Yeah.
be different from maybe mine.
Well, no,
'Cause
because
I'm just saying, like,
in
or
our
maybe just
culture
in,
too,
in
we have-
Nairobi.
No, it's just it depends on your personality. It's not about your
Really?
it's not about your race, how you were brought up. It's none of that. You just
What?
No, because you know the Indian culture is actually a very like submissive, suppressive culture. You have to pave your way to come out of that kind of, you know, that kind of behavior.
Oh yeah, the
Because
background.
like back in the day, Indian
'cause I'm
women,
guessing, like-
when they were married, if your husband died, you would have to sit on the funeral pyre with him.
What do you mean?
You would have to sit on the fire because your husband died, so you die with him.
Oh, okay, now that's extreme. Okay.
Yeah, it is
Okay,
extreme.
Okay.
So you know, it's not that
okay, yeah.
everybody's just open. No,
Okay, we don't have to do that right
But-
now. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's just
But
that's on
things
the
have-
extreme.
things have,
We're
like-
talking. I'm talking just about like the little
yeah, but
things.
like, I'm just giving context.
that's an extreme.
I'm
Come
just
on,
giving
Ekta.
context.
Really, right
From where
now?
we're coming from.
I'm like, what?
No, it's just context. So
Yeah, but I
basically,
understand. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
that's where we're coming from, to the point now where I can walk out of the house in a top like this, and my parents are like, that's just normal, you know. So things are changing, and you have to change with it. You have to be part of the change. You can't just sit and wait for things to change.
Yeah.
For them to become better for you, it wouldn't. I'm
Plus-
sorry, but it wouldn't.
Plus, I'm guessing, like, you know, just with education and travel,
Yeah.
all these things, you don't have a choice. Like, because you're exposed to so many other different things.
Yeah, but I had to fight for a lot of that as well.
Really?
Yeah, I did. I had to
How?
fight for a lot of that. I had to say,
Because, like,
I
even
wanna
from
do
you, I
this.
can tell you're very, like, I can see you're a rebel.
Yeah, but it takes time
You
to
are-
build that personality.
You look like you just can't be told what to do
No, I can be told what to do, but reasonably and respectfully.
by your man.
No, by anybody.
Oh,
If you
okay.
ask me something respectfully, we can have a discussion about it, and then we'll see. You can't
You-
just tell me to do something and expect it to be done. You know, I am a
Yeah,
human being with
yeah.
feelings and emotions. I'm not a robot. I'm not anybody's slave.
Mm-hmm.
So, and also, this thing you keep bringing up about my boyfriend, let me tell you something. I picked him for a reason. He's very respectful.
Yeah, what? Oh, yeah. I was just going to go to that. I have
Yeah.
my notes here, Ekta.
Okay.
Hold on.
Well, I'm just letting you know.
Since we're in the subject of love, like, what are like the qualities like you look for, like in a guy? What were the qualities you're looking for?
Well, you
Yeah.
have to be thoughtful and respectful. You have to respect that I can make my own decisions, that yes, your opinion is valued, but it's not needed. You know?
You don't want a man to make decisions for you,
No,
right
why
decisions
is he
for
making,
you.
No, I can make my own damn decisions. Why is he making my decisions?
Extra, extra.
We both have a brain, right?
Yeah.
So why is mine sleeping? I don't understand.
It's taking a rest as the man takes
No,
care
no,
of
no,
you.
No. No. What kind of life is that? What kind of life is that where somebody's making all the decisions for you?
Oh my God.
That's crazy. No.
Mhm. So no.
No, absolutely not.
Do you believe in gender roles?
A little bit.
Mhm.
A little bit.
Let's,
But
let's talk about that.
so
Let's bring them to context.
there's pretty much nothing that a man can do that a woman can't do. Yes or no?
Alright,
We
hold
can
on.
we can
Hold-
even have
hold-
babies without men now.
Every time I mention this, it just like it gets on your nerves.
He
And
gets
you're
on my
always like,
nerves.
What? Like you're very strong when it comes to women independency.
Just in general,
In
respecting women, it's
Yeah.
very important.
You don't think women get respected enough?
No, I don't think so.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Why? What
It's
makes
difficult.
you say that?
You know, I've worked in a corporate setting. I've
Oh,
worked
yeah.
in, I've been my own boss.
Mm-hmm.
So I've had both perspectives where I try to tell somebody to do something. They won't do it just
Oh.
because it's a woman asking. Or because I'm a woman, I'll be told I can't do something. Or that a certain job is just for me. Like
In
a lot
Kenya
of
or
a lot
outside
of
Kenya?
just in general everywhere. A lot of
Really?
marketing jobs, for example,
Mhm.
especially in Kenya.
Yeah.
Like all these promotions where people are promoting things at supermarkets, etc., in shopping malls, you'll find it's always women.
Yeah.
It's always women.
Nobody wants to look at me. They are everybody will ignore me, first of all.
Here's the thing though, don't you use those products? If somebody's selling Omo, your clothes don't have to be washed.
They do.
Why is it a beautiful woman that's selling Omo to wash your clothes?
Because I'll buy 6 packs of Omo even though I don't need 6 packs.
You see,
of
that
Omo.
speaks a lot about your character.
No. Isn't that, if I'm promoting, am I not supporting and even like empowering that person who's doing that job?
Not really.
So I shouldn't
Not
buy the
really,
Omo?
because she's gonna be stereotyped
Okay,
as
then
the kind of person.
I won't be buying any products from any ladies standing in the supermarkets.
That's not
promoting
what
anything.
I said.
Okay, now what am I supposed
That's
to do?
not what I said. I just
can't
said
buy 6
that I
and
don't think I don't. Of course, you can buy 6.
Can I buy 6?
I'm just saying, in general,
Yeah.
they choose women because women look good. So the focus is
How's
not the
that?
product.
How's that a bad thing?
Sex sells, but it's not fair. Sex sells, but it's not fair because women shouldn't be sexualized like that. We are more than just our bodies and what we look like on the outside. We have brains. These are women with ambition. These are women with, because they look pretty, they got the job, which is not fair.
What?
Yeah, it's not fair.
Extra, what are you saying?
It's not fair. Firstly, it's
You
not
can't
fair
tell
to
me.
women who are not pretty, who could do the same job, probably even do it better. There's not only one way to sell a product.
Mm-hmm.
There's other ways to sell a
But-
product.
but
If
you
you're
know-
good at selling a product,
Mhm.
you'll be able to sell it to anybody with what you say, not necessarily what you look like.
So do you want beautiful men to be replace these women, or how are
Just
people
people
supposed?
in general.
How?
Also,
Like
beauty
just-
depends on what you think is beautiful,
Mhm.
not what society thinks
Mhm.
the standards of beauty are.
Mhm.
Everybody is beautiful in their own way.
True.
Yeah.
Um,
And also, as a brand in
I'm
Kenya
definitely
today,
buying-
you need to appeal to the masses. Not everybody looks like me or like him.
yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
not everybody looks like us, but they use your products. They will use your products. They have the money to buy your products.
True.
So why would you put your product in a little box and then make your market so niche?
Well, when it comes to even endorsements and stuff, aren't women? We can't start saying that brands want pretty women to represent their brand, and guys don't get that as well. So
That's what I'm saying.
we can't start
though.
complaining that.
No,
you know,
so I'm not. No, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying
Yeah.
that the attitude of the brands needs to change
Mhm.
to the point where
But
brands
that's-
these days are
yeah.
for anyone. Spending power in Kenya has changed so much.
Yeah.
Has changed so much. It's not just one ethnicity or one type of person that can afford things now. It's everybody. It can be anybody. It could be the Bora Bora guy who makes 10,000 shillings a day,
Yeah.
hustling like crazy.
Yeah.
He could afford your product, but you would never see a Bora Bora guy representing your product anywhere you know? So you have to think outside of the box now. Nairobis become very competitive. We're growing really fast. It's become really competitive to the point where you can't just say, oh, I only want pretty people representing my
Or
brand.
maybe I should have like pretty
Doesn't work
boda
like
boda women as well.
There are
That would be
boda boda
nice.
women who are pretty amazing.
Where?
They are. You'll see them at the stage.
Hey, listen, I've been looking for them. I'm tired
They
of
are.
being carried around with these.
They are.
with
There's
these-
some pretty
with
incredible
these men.
women who drive cabs and women who ride boda bodas.
I'm always requesting, and I never ever seem to bump into any. Okay, I can't say pretty face because now I'll be told.
No, you can say
Like,
pretty face.
If I
it's
say
okay.
that, now then it's gonna be like, oh.
No, but you see,
I'm just,
we've changed the conversation to
Yeah,
where
Oh yeah.
everybody's beautiful. It's
Oh,
not
yeah.
just
True.
one person, not just him, not just her. Everyone
Okay.
has their own pretty.
It would be good ideal in a different society, but I don't think that's gonna happen anytime soon.
Well, it will with conversations like the ones we're having.
Okay.
See, we bring the message to people. That's what this podcast is designed to do. If you watch the other episodes, women tell real stories on here about the
True.
struggles they've gone through
True.
to just have a bit of equality in the workplace or just be respected. You know, personal space, all that kind of stuff. Equal pay, that's not even get there. But
That's a whole different podcast,
That's a whole
right?
different podcast. But we're working on it. And the only way to embrace it is if, as a society, we're open to having the conversation. I'm not saying my opinion should be your opinion,
Yeah.
but you should at least listen to my opinion. You might learn something.
Okay, so what do you think of, because still we're in the topic of like all this is still evolving like around love
Yes.
and just gender balance and everything, right? What do you think of just in general women who have a different like chain of thought when it comes to independence? They would rather sit back and let a guy just protect and provide.
More power to you.
Hector, you're pretty. Why don't you want somebody to protect and provide for you?
Because I can protect and provide myself.
No, that's not it. I'm just saying, like, I think
That's a very,
I think,
that's
like,
a very
right now-
old school way of
no. Let me
thinking,
tell you
I
what.
think.
I think right now it's gotten to a point where women are so self-driven and they're doing so much that I think even when it comes to stress levels, they might just be higher because they're taking up to even roles that might be should be assisted to them by men.
Yeah, but here's the thing. If I want
And
if I want
apparently,
people's
yeah.
attitudes to change
Yeah.
towards women,
yeah.
I cannot just sit back and be like, let this man do everything for me.
Mm.
That's not going to change his attitude towards me.
If they love and respect you, it will.
How
right?
is he loving and respecting you? He's
By
not
doing
respecting
everything
you. If
for you.
You go do one thing wrong. Go do one thing wrong and have a fight with him and see how he holds all of that over your head. Guys, I know a lot of women who have had these experiences. Don't wait for it to happen to you. If you have your own, nobody can say anything to you. Let them come at you. We invite them. Please come.
Okay, when extra always gets too serious when
He
I bring
likes
this
to
subject
push
up,
my buttons
but
with this topic.
I remember we were having this conversation in a restaurant, right?
Probably.
And I was
Yeah.
telling you about what were we talking about?
You were telling me how
Pay,
people say, "Oh, pay for my Uber, pay for this,
yeah, pay for my
that.
food,
Yeah, pay for my
yeah,
food.
Yeah,
If I'm coming to see you, pay for my Uber."
yeah.
I mean, really, if somebody's paying for your Uber to go and see them, maybe you really don't want to see them. Don't go.
True.
Don't
Right.
go. You don't have to go.
So should I pay or shouldn't I pay for the Uber?
It depends
Oh,
on your relationship with that person, right? And what you're expecting from them and what they're giving
Ooh.
you.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah,
Okay. So if I want something temporary,
it's up to the two of you. I'm not getting involved.
okay, but okay. So
Just saying.
let's
I'm
talk
not
about
getting involved.
okay. Let's talk about like just restaurant, like just bills in general. Because I remember us having that conversation.
Gosh.
Like if you're going out and you just eat,
Yeah.
basically, shouldn't like just the guy pick up the tab
No
like,
way.
just automatically and
It's nice for you to offer. Please offer. It's polite.
But you
it's
said
chivalrous.
that you'd never
but-
want. You'd
you
never
don't have
allow.
to pay it.
Hmm.
You don't have to pay it. We can go halves. I can pay it, or you can pay it. It depends again on your relationship with the person.
Hmm.
See, if it's just like a short-term thing, then maybe just go halves. Like, just they pay for what they
I
ate.
always feel
Pay
weird
for
when
what you
when
ate.
I'm splitting. If I have to split a bill with, like, let's say, a
Yeah, but
lady,
that's like that's societal pressure that tells you that you have to pay. You
because
don't
then now
have
in
to
Kenya,
pay.
if I don't pay, that guy is an asshole. Either he's a cheapo or
So
he
be
doesn't.
the cheap asshole. At the
Uh-huh.
end of the day, if somebody's opinion of you is that you're a cheap asshole, do you need them in your life?
So it's okay for me to take someone on a date and
Yeah.
actually split the bill with them.
Yeah, why not? Did you not eat that food also?
Okay,
Yes or
I
no?
want
Did you
I want ladies to receive this message as well. No?
You know what? Here's
Yeah.
the thing. It's not like they're not receptive to it. It's just the current environment in Nairobi where everybody.
Because now it's gonna be Kenyan men are trash if you're not.
I know
if you
you're going to
ask
come
for,
at me like, oh, you're privileged. You come from a privileged home. I really don't. I really don't. I come from humble beginnings. From the Shags in Western Kishu County in Eldoret. Very humble beginnings. But the way my mom raised me and the way my mom is in general, she would never be okay with somebody else paying my bills. Even if I got married, for example, we would still share all the responsibility. Maybe it's just the way I'm built, you know. And it's just food for thought. I'm not saying, oh,
I
you're
don't
a horrible
understand. I
person or
don't-
you're being kept, so
Yeah.
you're a terrible human being or anything like that. Don't get me wrong, you're not.
Yeah.
You're not. That's your way of living, which is perfectly fine. Everybody's entitled to, live the way they want to and do things the way they want. It's just food for thought that if you have your own, then you're independent to a point where people can be horrible. People can be really horrible people. And people can change when it comes to things like money and relationships, all of that. So you have to love yourself first. Love yourself first. If you love yourself and set a precedent for how people should treat you, respect you, and whatever your definition of respect might be, treat you, respect you, then what you put out there is what comes back.
Okay. Would you date a broke guy?
Would I date a broke guy? It depends. Are you broke? Is that your permanent situation? Are you... See, this is the thing. I can date a broke guy because I have my own. See what I mean? There's
And
a
you'll take
difference.
care of him?
It's okay.
You will?
Yeah, if I have to for a certain period of time, fine. If you're just going to be a broke ass for the rest of your life, get out of here. But if because like I said, nothing's
But can
permanent.
men say that as well?
Yeah, why not? What's the
What?
problem? Here's the thing. If it's not your permanent situation,
Till
you
death,
have
till
a
death,
plan.
till death do us apart, Ekta. You're-
Till death do us apart. You're
Yeah.
a broke ass.
yeah.
Die tomorrow. You have to. Guys, please. No. Let's not be extreme. That's really extreme.
No, listen.
If
It's not
if
extreme.
he's a
I'm
broke
talking
ass
about.
now,
Yeah.
maybe, depending on his character and whether he's willing to put in the work,
For how
you
l-
can help him grow. You
Okay,
grow
for how?
together.
Yeah, for how long would you date somebody who hasn't, like, let's say, figured? Because when we were starting the conversation, we said like how, like, money is not what drives you, right?
No.
So basically, even for a life partner, you wouldn't choose a person because of their financial status.
No.
No?
No. Because you
Okay.
can have money, but you can be an absolute jerk. And
Yeah.
when I come home tired from work,
Yeah.
that's not what I want to deal with. I want to deal with somebody who'll be like, oh, well, I can't cook, but I made a grilled cheese. Here you go. This is what we're eating for dinner. At least it's the thoughtfulness. It's the intention behind what you do. Not what you do. Just the intention behind what you do. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what's important to me. Again, important to me.
To you.
You might be looking for a Mercedes Benz, and that's perfectly fine. To me, I'm happy with a grilled cheese sandwich. There we go.
That's very rare to find especially in Nairobi.
Actually, no. There's a lot of women. They're just scared. Everybody gets
Scared of.
Here's what happens. Everybody gets herded like sheep into this mentality. You just have to be willing to break out of it.
No, I just feel like
I
you
don't
need
think
somebody who can
anybody enjoys being disrespected. It's a bit difficult initially when you're fighting people to respect you, but once you start setting that example,
Yeah.
people know not to mess with you. And then you're good to go. One person changes, another follows. And that's how we make things better for women in general.
Because like right
And
now.
men too, by the way.
Yeah.
If your woman's disrespecting you, leave her. Leave her. You don't
Of course,
have to
you can
stay.
leave her.
You don't have to
or you
stay.
can have many.
What, women?
Mm-hmm.
But if you have one good one, why do you want so many?
For just in case.
Just in case.
Okay, no, hold on. Listen.
Sorry,
We're just
in case.
having a conversation, Ekta. Don't kill me.
Women are not a just in case. We are not a purse on a shelf. See, this is why I say you need to respect yourself. Look at this guy.
Listen. Hold on.
At him with insults.
I've even forgotten
Throw
the
tomatoes
question.
at his window if you know where he lives. Do it.
Hold
The
on.
man's a
hold
pig.
On. Hold on.
For those 5 seconds.
I've even forgotten the question that I really wanted to because of what you said. Hold on.
I'm actually really baffled because
No,
I do
listen.
remember telling him that I'm
Yeah.
very comfortable working with him because he's not a pig.
Today, come on, Ekta.
Today,
No,
oink oink.
Listen.
Today.
I have to spice it up for the podcast. People,
Gosh.
and you know why? I have to put myself in other people's shoes and start thinking how they think and ask you these
No,
questions.
fair enough.
Yeah, because they're not here to ask these questions.
Fair enough.
So
But
I have,
also,
so I have
like
to
you guys
jump in
can
their
see,
shoes. Yeah,
I set a precedent for
Yeah.
what he can and cannot say to me.
not true.
See?
No, but here's the thing. For anybody who knows me, they know
Yeah.
the kind of person
He
who I
is.
am.
He's a very disrespectful man.
Disrespectful.
No, I meant to say respectful, so I came out wrong. Respectful.
But I'm just saying, like in the podcast, there's somebody watching, and then they're like, "What? What does she mean? She doesn't want somebody to take care of her, this and that." Because you see, now the climate in Nairobi, you have a very different way, you've been raised and everything. But if we go to social media right now,
Yeah.
you have to agree with me. Just see the slay queen mentality that's being preached. Just see how young girls are having sponsors and everything. It's not me who's preaching that. That's what they truly believe in.
No,
in getting a sponsor when you're young, not dating somebody who doesn't have money, and not plus calling anyone who can't provide or do anything for you broke and useless. And that's why you also don't see many men who want to come to the podcast, because they don't want to be vulnerable. They don't want to be here and say that, I'm not successful. I'm still going through this. I'm still trying to figure out. They're afraid of even just speaking out to say you know what? I'm still trying to figure it out. Anybody who would want to come here is maybe somebody who's extremely successful. But I don't want that. I want people to genuinely connect and understand what's
Yeah.
on the ground.
Yeah.
So this whole slay queen mentality, when I keep throwing this, it's because it's there. And I have so many friends.
No, I know. But
Extra
you
if you go
see-
to my page,
I know.
No,
I
I know way too many people
I
in
know.
person.
I know.
So when I'm saying this, I'm not just pulling it out from nowhere.
No, of course, I understand. It's
Yeah.
just that from this podcast, if you take anything away, it's that
Yeah.
it's okay to be vulnerable. It's also, plus, guys, please come on this podcast.
Yeah.
If there's anybody watching this
Mhm.
who's going to start saying you're a broke ass and you're this and that is going to start making fun of you, do you really need those people in your life? I don't think so. They clearly don't contribute
But
anything.
they're online. They'll turn it into a meme and say
That's
this
okay.
broke guy says he can't pay for a meal for a certain
You know
amount.
what? There's
X
a girl
amount.
that's going to see it out there. Or a girl, a guy, whatever you're into, is going to see it and they're going to be like, this is a genuine person. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there because of people's opinions.
Yeah.
I'm not likable by everybody because I have a strong personality. But that's okay. Everybody doesn't have to like
There are
me.
people who don't like you.
I don't care, to be honest. I don't care enough. I don't. I really don't.
No, I don't.
I don't. I don't care. I don't. If you don't like what I'm saying, you have the option to
Yeah.
unfollow. You have the option to not subscribe to my YouTube channel. That's fine.
But what do
But-
you
I mean, if you're afraid of the truth, it is what it is.
What do you think? But you see, what do you think of these girls who are out here preaching getting a sponsor, getting a rich man?
I have some advice.
Yeah.
If you're into that, fine. But once the sponsoring starts to trickle in, do something worthwhile with it.
Mm-hmm.
At least that way. Again, like I always say, you'll have something that you worked towards,
Yeah.
as opposed to just something going into your bank account and something coming out of it, and you have nothing to do with it. Literally nothing. If somebody's giving you money, use it wisely. Start a business.
Mm-hmm.
It can be their investment. You can give them a little piece of the business too and be like, here, for whatever you put in initially.
Have
There you
this.
go. Yeah.
Okay, so I think we've touched on a lot,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't want to keep pushing your buttons too much. I think I've done enough for.
You've pushed my buttons
for today.
I'm
I've
tired of
tried.
you for like
I've
3
tried.
months. Don't
I've-
see me,
I've-
please.
I've done a bit of, I've gotten a bit of content from just pushing a few of the buttons that I have.
Yeah.
But now, just to wrap up on the podcast, how do you deal with, like, just in general, like, because we have to put into consideration, like, right now, so there's so much pressure
Okay.
in society for achievement, success,
Uh-huh.
social media,
Yeah.
comparison, and all these
Mhm.
things. How do you deal with that to just stay just relaxed, or just how do you maintain your sanity with all these things like social media? Do you ever look at like social media and see like, oh, this person is just doing way too well,
No.
I want to achieve this, and come on, Ekta, we all go through that.
No,
Never.
not really. Not
Or
really.
maybe
I'll tell you
before, like,
why.
let's say your food blog picked up and stuff, like when you're starting
No, but you
off.
see, John, I didn't start this for the followers.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
I did it because a bunch of people like, we like your content,
Yeah.
put it up,
Yeah.
and then
So you've never
slowly,
had like self-doubt?
Of course I
in-
have.
yeah,
Of course. When we
okay.
started the vlog as well, we were like, oh, are people going to watch it? Like I said, it took me 6 months to put up my blog page and actually make it live. It was just sitting there.
Mhm.
And my friends were so frustrated. They were like, why are you so worried? But like I said, you have to surround yourself with people who'll encourage you.
Yeah.
Because self-doubt is a big thing. But then if you self-love yourself, then who the hell is self-doubt? Get out of here. Yeah.
So how about social media?
I don't look at, okay. So everybody looks at numbers when
Yeah.
it comes to social media.
Yeah.
I look at the outcome from it because it's very easy nowadays to get 40,000 likes on a post or have 40,000 followers, but do all of them engage with you? If you promote something, do they actually go and engage with that product or
40,000
brand or
and-
whatever?
And you have 2 comments
know?
on your photo. of
Well, it's not
whatever.
even about that. Do you have people who message you and
Or
say,
just, oh yeah, like.
do people
actually-
message you and say, I went here and I tried it?
Okay.
It was really good. This girl messaged me the other day. She was like, I want to do something romantic for my boyfriend. Can you hook it up? So I called
Really?
the restaurant, hooked it up, and she sent me a message straight after dinner at like 1
Wait,
a.m.
who she was
She
paying
sent
for
me a
it?
message. Yeah, she was paying for it.
Really?
She sent me a message and she said, Ekta, thank
Oh,
you
hold
so
on,
much for
hold on,
hooking
hold
this
on.
up.
Okay,
No,
let me let you.
Please.
Yeah, I don't want to do this.
Women
okay.
pay, okay?
Okay,
It's
yeah,
not a big deal,
okay,
my
okay.
God. Why is this
Okay,
such a big
got you.
deal?
I got you. I got you.
But basically, you have to have that kind of reach where when you say something, people want to try it because you're being genuine,
Yeah.
not because you have 40,000 followers. What is 40,000 followers?
Mm-hmm.
These days, you can buy likes, you can buy followers, you can buy views, you can even buy reviews.
And we
So
all
if
know
people
those
are not-
people who are buying, though. We know you.
Right. Go on with your hustle.
Yeah.
But
Uh-huh.
just you have to recognize.
It's just that impact, and I think
You have to recognize impact. Impact is important.
when you go, like even for me, I think even just with the podcast, it's those when I get that message when somebody's telling me like, yo, I can really connect to this.
Yeah.
Like just reaching out and then somebody, especially in the DM,
Yeah.
that's what makes the impact.
Yeah, like the other day,
Yeah.
I put up a video of chicken wings I'd made, a new recipe I was trying. And so many people messaged me. And
That
they were
you
like,
bought or
"Please-"
made?
I made.
Yeah.
They were like, please put up the recipe. No, I'm not high-fiving you. Please put up the recipe. And I said, cool, I'll do it. But
Yeah.
then I had a really busy day at work. And so they were so understanding. They messaged again.
Yeah.
And they
like,
were
can
like,
I steal?
they were like, we know you're really busy, but please just do it. So I put up a post saying, please just be patient with me. I'll put it up tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And then I did. So these are genuine connections that you have with people. It's not about how many people liked your post.
It's true.
Because honestly, you don't even know half the things you like. When you're scrolling on Instagram, double tapping has become second nature.
True.
It has.
True.
You just tap.
Yeah,
Half
because
the
it's
things
something
don't
you
even
like,
read.
pop up. It doesn't really mean anything.
You don't really
anything.
engage with the content, which
True.
is really important.
True.
You know.
Okay, so in just to close it up, right?
Yeah.
I normally ask this question at the end of the podcast.
Okay.
What's the one thing that you think, like right now, if like you found that it would give you like a sort of like balance or just kind of like remote like happiness, and you'd say like, you know what, this is the big job that I wanted. This is like, the friend that I need like next to me,
Okay.
or maybe it's family, maybe it's a car, maybe it's a pet. But what's that one thing that you think right now, if you got it, it's gonna make your life have a little bit more meaning or introduce like some kind of happiness to you?
I think just some peace, because honestly, everyone in my house works really hard, and so we don't get to spend a lot of time with each other. I think that's important. That would make a difference, I think. Only because when
So
we come
family.
home, everybody's so tired, everybody just scatters
Wants
to
to
their own
sleep.
corner,
Yeah.
you know, as opposed to like coming together and doing things as a family. We don't do it as much as we used to when I was younger. So that's something I would definitely think would improve everybody's mood in the house in
In the
general.
house.
Yeah, it's not like we fight. We don't fight. It's just everybody retreats to their own corners, and
Yeah.
we're doing our own things. Everybody's very supportive of each other, but we just don't like sit on the couch, the four of us, and watch like a movie together or something, you know, which rarely happens these days.
Or having a meal together. Do you guys
No,
do
we
that?
still eat together. Mom insists that we eat together.
Yeah, that's the one thing that as a parent, if you're not able to do that,
Yeah.
I mean, you just
At least
lose
once or
connection.
twice a week
Yeah.
we eat together. We do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we do.
But-
We even get in the kitchen together and like prep dinner together. But
You think just
I think
more
just,
time together as a family.
Because then, you know, even when you come home and you're stressed out from work and all of that, because the hustle and the struggle is real, guys.
Yeah.
You can't really focus on what the other person is saying.
Yeah.
And so you kind of miss out on a lot of important things, important cues from your family. If something's not going right, if somebody's not feeling okay, you know, just mentally as well, you kind of miss on those cues. And so it's important to take the time out to not just family, your friends as well. Sometimes I have a friend who lives down the road and I barely see him. He lives down the road from a house and I barely see him
Everybody's
these
just
days.
busy with work
Everyone's
and
too
everything.
busy. So yeah, definitely make time for people that matter. Yeah.
That's nice. And deep as well. So, I mean, we've talked about everything, Ekta.
We
And, you know,
have.
we can always come and revisit this conversation when, somebody's taking care of you, somebody owns you. We can always revisit this conversation. I'm playing. No, we've come to the end of the podcast. I don't want Extra to leave here.
Where's my
Upset.
breakfast? Breakfast, please.
So, yeah,
I need food to be able to deal with this man.
We've come to the end of the podcast, guys. Ekta Patel, where can guys find you on social media?
You can find me on Instagram. You can find me. Don't add me on Facebook. That's a bit personal.
Mm-hmm.
But you can check out the vlog page on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. It's called Not Just a Foodie Review. Put it down here. You can follow me on my personal page as well, at the Ekta Patel. And yeah, I put up a lot of different types of content. I try a lot of different things. Like the other day I tried out art in the wild, which is like art in Karura Forest while you drink some wine. It was a lot of fun. So follow me to find out what you should be doing in Nairobis. That's all the best places to eat.
Hey, thank you so much for coming through, Ekta. And, guys, if you're watching or listening, make sure you subscribe to the Kiskapids podcast on
Yes.
iTunes. We're trying to get on Android users. Give me a week or two. YouTube, subscribe to the Kiskapids podcast. Facebook, Instagram, get those updates every single day.
Yeah.
And the full video at the end of the week.
Yes, join the tribe. This is a tribe of meaningful conversations.
Hey.
So join the tribe. Come, let us hug you with all this love.
Yeah, and just remember, there's no story without a struggle. And
No,
that's
there
what
isn't.
makes us special.
This is true.
Yeah.
It's all about the love, guys. Spread the love.
So till next time, guys, thanks for watching and thanks for listening. It's the Kiss Capades podcast. Ekta Patel, thank you.
Bye bye bye.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
This was fun.
Yes.
This was fun.
Ooh, yeah.
Do you want to do an Instagram video with our headphones on?
Yeah, we'll do. Yeah.
I don't know. Yes.
Good.
Thank you. Is it recording?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, okay.
It is. And that's fun.
Perfect.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.